tribe, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name is Dr. J and I am with the Therapy of Planning. Thank you so much. If it's your first time and you just hit this button to check the video out and see what the Therapy of Planning is all about. Today I'm going to talk to you about planner number 7 in my stack, which is the spending tracker. Okay, so you may know, if you've been here before, that I have 10, yes, 10 planners and journals that I use. And there's only 2 that I kind of was flip-flopping around with what I was going to use to take care of that need. I want to track my spending, so writing down everything that I spend that's other than paying a bill. And also, I did a little flip-flopping in what I was using for my wellness journal. So last I saw you about this, I went into a half letter. So I will come back and talk to you more about how that's going. And today I wanted to talk to you about the spending tracker because the last time I was here, I was trying to decide between using this A5 take-a-notes and the Common Planner passport size. Now, I love carrying this, as I expressed to you guys before. I love carrying this in my bag. It is like a wallet notebook altogether. I have the 2 notebook inserts, this beautiful one from Gallon Leather and this other cloth one, and then the passport book itself, or I'm sorry, pocket, because passport's a little bit longer. Okay, so I do love this. I didn't think I really had enough room to write everything till I kind of realized that in a given day I might only make 1 or 2 expenditures, if any. And so if I could probably just fit it. I think I wrote a couple of things down. I can fit it here. See how it was just one thing. And so it's not bad. I don't not like it. Just not 100% hitting the spot. I think mostly because it's in here. I've got all this stuff in here. And maybe if I took it out and did it, that might work. I also recognize that I don't usually do this like when I'm out and about. It's usually once I've come home for the day, or sometimes in the morning when I'm looking at things I have to pay, and I've put the receipts in this back pocket here, and then I'll take them out and write it down in here. So it could work. It's not like it's horrible. It's not like it's a horrible option, but I still wasn't feeling completely 100% with it. Also, it's just, it fits, but when I put it in my purse, because it's just, fitting, sometimes that just comes up, and that's a little frustrating. If I have a bigger bag that has more space, I can kind of adjust it or keep it from being right up against anything else. But if it's in a more medium-sized bag, then I run into that little problem. So I was thinking about either not carrying this on the everyday, and only using this for when I travel. Instead of taking with me my beautiful standard TN, which is hefty for taking on a trip, I could just take this instead. Or I could just take this out altogether and put back what I used to have in here, which is just a little smaller insert just to have note paper. And then in that case, I still don't quite come here, but I come here a lot easier. It's a lot less chunky. So I thought about doing that. I think I'm really leaning towards just keeping this in here and using this for travel, because the more I think about it, even though I love my TN, I love to have it with me, I think that I don't need to bring this with me. I'd be really heartbroken if I lost it. Right now, all it does is go from here to work and back. Um, and I'm just really decorative, and usually I'm on like a business trip where when I'm dealing with work and business, I'm using my half letter, but that's really chunky. I'm not bringing that with me. Plus, like when I'm in that training mode, I don't need to record things the same way. So I definitely think that it's definitely a good option to just keep this in here and just use this for when I travel. After all, it is a TN, but it's just a TN that's easier to carry by being in the passport size. So that puts these two to the side. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the take a note. Just one of those things I've got other things around that, started and pushed aside and didn't get used. Some things I came back to later, and some things it was, I had to redate, but that was fine. So that might be one of those things that gets redated down the road for another purpose. But for right now, not going to attempt to use it for what I initially thought I would use it for. You will be surprised when you see what I have decided to bring in as the spending tracker. That's it, folks. Yes, that's a Hobonichi Weeks. You know, well, you might not know, especially if it's your first time here, that I am not a fan. I'm not a fan because it's so small. Not size wise, that's fine, but layout wise, to put down the things that I need to put down, either personally or professionally, it's just not giving me what I need. I don't like the horizontal. I much rather have, I'm a lister, so I'd rather have like a rectangle or a box. And I tried because when I fell down the rabbit hole initially, I got this beautiful one. This was 2022, and I tried all different layouts to try to make it work. I tried, I'm going to write down my orders. Um, I'm going to just write down things that happen. I'm going to cut this up, goals daily, just trying to do different things that I've seen people do to the do, or trying to write down what I ate, maybe a health planner. I saw this, I think Becky from Whoops, I Did It Again. I think she did this. I don't know if she got it from somebody. Maybe she did. I can't remember. But I did kind of like this because it gives me more of a box. But I still felt like I needed more space. I did like how the little decorations came out. Um, I finally found something that probably would work for me if I was determined to use something so small, which I'm just not. But this setup, making each page, doing the quads, I like that. I didn't like the fact that this side is um, the graph and this side is not. And it has these lines that will be trying to ignore. I like this side. So I thought about like a plain notebook, a week size notebook, because now other companies are making the size, and just something that just had the plain paper, but then it had to set it up, and I just felt like no, 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 this is not for me. It's too small. I do not write small. I can make myself write small if I need to, but it's not my natural way. And yeah, I just didn't want that compactness, so that was out. But I had this one because it was given to me when I went to Chicago Planner Conference, as you may have heard in that video review of the conference itself. This was part of my table gift, um, and I was sad because it's beautiful. This blue is beautiful. Blue is not my favorite color, but I can appreciate a beautiful navy, and I didn't have a use for it, and I felt so bad. It's I got this, Raspberry Designs was the table sponsor, and I love her stickers. I was familiar with the shop. It wasn't, I didn't get to pick because I was on the wait list. So I didn't get to list the, the people that I was interested in. She would have made my list because I was familiar and know her stickers were pretty. Um, but because I'm like a discbound planner, I would have loved like cloth and paper. Um, and there's one or two others, like there was just stickers I like, that I really like stickers because I had all the planners and stuff that I needed. So um, I got to the table and I got this book and I brought it home, and then I was like, oh, I feel so bad. It's so pretty, but I just don't use the weeks. And even I think we had a little exchange where she thanked me for, showing her product, or appreciating her product, and that she recognized that, not every planner is for every person. Of course, that's what this is all about. But I kept it because I just, how you don't like to give away a gift. And even though I thought about maybe somebody else could use it, we were already, we started getting into the year because I wasn't sure if I'd find something to use it for. And so by the time I was thinking I probably should give it away so somebody could use it, we're into the year. So anyway, I had it there. And since I wasn't quite feeling using this, although I love this, which I need to get a plastic cover for it. I wasn't feeling like using it for tracking my spending. I thought maybe I can make this work. And so I took this out since I had it before I wrote in here and did like a test. One of these pages I did. Oh, yeah. So I just put down like two things that are things that could auto debit out of my account. Too much sticker spending. This is just made up, but still, I do have some auto debits from them. And then I wrote down like, okay, one day I get gas. I think these were like things that happened. Maybe not, of course, not these particular days, but I just wrote these to see how it would go. And I recognized at first I was thinking I could just, as long as I had the list, because I am a lister, that would work. Then I realized that there's like faint lines here for going across for the day. So if I can fit, if I didn't have too many, I can fit them in the column for the day, so I could just identify it without writing the date. And typically, this would be the most things that would happen in one day for me. I wouldn't, I got gas, or maybe I get groceries, and lunch is my weakness, to buy lunch when I should bring it from home. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, so it looked like it would go. So, because yeah, I don't care for this, but just to write one or two things that might be an auto debit for that day, it looked like I could do it. So I broke this out. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the monthly, if I'm going to use it at all, because I'm going to put um, I might put I might put it here. I might do this by the month and then move them into the week so I can see it right away. So for the week, I can just look here instead of having to go look on my phone or at my account or whatever. So if I start the month and put them all down here, then I could just move them to the appropriate week. So I might do that. I don't know. Or maybe I might just line it out when I don't spend. Those are some thoughts. But anyway, I think that this should work for that. And the reason why I was willing to give it a go is because this is better for my wallet. When I was using what I used last year, which was the Aura Estelle, which it only happened that I didn't order this again because I was so busy ordering Sterling Ink stuff. I missed the pre-order. I mean, I still could have ordered it. And then I was kind of humming and hawing. And the next, I ordered Take a Note. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll try to use the A6. So I just let the time go by and I didn't order this. And, because of course I was looking at my spending going, oh boy. So I didn't order it. So I, and sometimes you don't recognize how much you appreciated something until it's gone. So then I realized that this more streamlined wallet looking cover was better for me putting in my purse. Okay, so the weeks fits in here, this Moterm cover with plenty of room to spare. Even if I put my cards in here and I have a pocket here, and I like Moterm covers because it has all these pockets. I would still, it would still be act more of a wallet, and still I'm all the way down at the second snap, and it would just go better in my purse, lighter, not as thick, even though it's longer. So I like it in there. And then I was recalling too that in addition to that, I had two other options for carrying it. One is this wallet that I got just from Amazon because I wanted something with a lot of cards. Um, and so this fits in here. I think I could just barely get it in here if I mess around with it. But even if I couldn't, it still fits nicely in there. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be in my purse like this. It does have the handle. Oops, sorry. So you can carry it, like a wristlet if necessary. So that's an option. I love this color that I can use. And this feels really great for something that was not really expensive from Amazon. So I have that and this. And then, last but not least, I have this from Villa Beautiful, which I got with this plain weeks size notebook. I love this notebook. It has plain, it has dot grid, and it has lined, all in the same book. And that I brought to go with this. Didn't end up really using it, but it's a notebook. You can't go wrong to have a notebook you can use for any reason. And then it, of course, also fits the weeks in here as well. And I like that I have a place for a pen. I have a pocket here, the card slots, and a place for ID. So this can also be used as a clutch. There is a strap that goes here. So either of these three will work for the spending tracker, and using it the Hobonichi weeks to cover that need. So I hope that you got a little bit of insight, or I just at least wanted to update you on what I was doing, because as you see, here's all the cards. I just wrote each one of the different things that I use. There are 10, yes, 10 that I use for journal and my planners. So if you haven't been here before, just kind of go through real quick the per journal, okay, and that is an A5, and I'm thinking that I'm even gonna write it on the back, like I think I'm gonna keep these cards and just write like 2024, what I'm using, which in this case is the A5 notebook, and two A5 notebooks and a monthly insert from Sterling Ink. My work planner is a half letter in a Notique cover, and my personal planner you saw, which is the Sterling Ink. This is a Planner Perfect cover, which I love. I'll show that another time. And then I have Wellness Journal. So the Wellness Journal also is another spot where I was a little bit not fixed in what I was started out the year using. So I'll come back to and show you how I'm doing in the latest thing that I'm using. The Creative Journal, which is went from being a personal journal to the Creative Journal because I found that I like to decorate it even if I didn't end up having time to write in it. So I decided to not put any pressure to write anything in there, with the exception of maybe a quote or something that I read that I want to keep at my fingertips. I just want to decorate and have fun decorating and tipping in and doing all the things. A little bit of junk journaling maybe. And so I'm using a B5 Salogy for that. I thought to myself later that maybe I should be using something with a heavier paper. But I just went ahead and started with the Salogy, and I figure if I have to change, I'll change it. But I had already gotten it for this year, so I'm using that. Um, the business planner and notebook, which is the A5. Uh, that's the A5 take a note for the planner, and then I just have a half year Stalogy in with it because the take a note doesn't really have paper to just brain dump, and so I need that for whenever I think of an idea for my videos or for other things that I'm doing as I'm working on my business. So that's doing pretty well with those things. And then the spending tracker, which is what we just went over. And so I'm hoping that the weeks is going to be it for the year for that. Although I will say, because I'm not sure if I said it already, I won't order a Hobonichi Weeks again next year, even if it does work well for the purpose of tracking my spending. I would definitely order the week size sterling ink because I love the clear paper. No sayings on the bottom, no different colors, just nice clear paper. So yeah, if I go with that type of layout, then I would order that. And I might look at some of the other ones too. Probably not the Oristel, not because I didn't like it, because I did, but I realized I really didn't need a page for each day. So maybe something like the paper test designs. Um, I don't know. I have to see. So, but it definitely, I think, I love Hobonichi because I love the layout that it's brought. That's swept the land, with having your monthly, your weekly, and your daily, and the beautiful Tomo River paper. But I, yeah, can do without the colorings and the writing at the bottom. Even the Stalogy, um, I can do without the little space at the top to identify the date that you're using it. And so, even though I love the book and the paper, Sterling Ink has really taken over for me because it's just giving me plain paper, plain white Tomo River paper with nothing on it so that I can do what I want. So, the spending tracker may continue in a week size, but it wouldn't be the Hobonichi weeks. And then, of course, I have my finance planner, which is basically just a letter size disbound book that I put a paper insert that I make every month that just lists all my bills so I can write down the date that I paid them. I know the date that they're due, write down the date that I paid it, what account I used, and how much I paid. So that's basically it. Sometimes I put different things in there, have some folders in there. I haven't shown you that because it's just personal and it's not anything exciting or spectacular. So I haven't shown that. But I did record something on my research notes and brainstorming, which is another letter size, big size, um, discbound planner. And it's just paper. It's just I cleaned it up and divided it into sections, but it's just for me to write, take notes in, and um, just brainstorm in for things for my business. And lastly is the everyday carry. Okay, and so the everyday carry was originally the passport, which um, I was actually started out carrying both the passport and this was the spending tracker, this was the everyday carry, and it was too much. So then I put this aside, and I guess the everyday carry and the spending tracker kind of melded into one, by just having this. And now that I'm deciding to leave this um, at home and only take it for travel, I guess I am paring down one, and the spending tracker and the everyday carry are becoming one, so leaving me with 9. Um, yeah, I don't know. What I might do for the everyday carry is I don't know. I might, where did I put it? It's in here. It's in one of these. Um, there is paper in the back. So this is I don't know, I'm not familiar, but I know there's a one that's bigger than this that has more paper in the back. Um, I definitely know I'm going to also write, which I'm glad we went back to this because now I remember to say that I'm going to write down also like orders. I'm not going to put if I order something, because I'm trying to order very little this year, very, very little. But when I do, so that way I want to write it down so it can all be in one place so that I can see like, hey, well, you already ordered one thing. So I know I'll put that back here. I don't think that I want to use this just for random notes. I don't know. I'm very funny. You could see I like things separated. So I might get like a thin insert. I don't know if I don't think I have anything else week size. I only think I have traveler's note. I have something else that I can put in here. So the everyday carry and this, like I think I have, hold on for a second. I think I have, um, hmm, let's see. Oh, yeah, I have so much. Let me tell you, guys, I got so much stuff. Okay, I have these. I can stick one of these in. Yeah, that would be ideal. So I can stick one of these in. So this little book would be the everyday carry. I have these too, which I forgot about. They're not dated, so that's the good thing about them. Also, that was a thought too. This is take a note, and it's just the insert opposed to the um, A5. I guess is it a week size? I don't remember. No, it's even smaller. So anyway, this was something I got. Maybe I was thinking that I could use it for spending. Um, I don't know. But I have them and they're not dated, so I'm not really worried about it. They even have plastic covers. I have several of them. It's called the Record. Take a note record. So I have those. But I think that ideally, oops, sorry. I think there's bigger ones of these too that I have. And so I don't even know how I ended up with this. Anyway, I can just use one of these. Yeah. Because it's not like I'm going to have a ton of notes because most of the time I'm at work. I'm at work and I have my planners with me. This is only like I'm out somewhere where I only have my purse, like a dinner or brunch with the girls, or I try to stay out of the store, not even shop. I can fit this in so many, places. Just slide it in here. There's strings I could put it on, but I don't even need to put on the strings. I could just do this. In this one, I can do this. That's kind of sticking out, so maybe not. Maybe here. But the thing, or you can put it even like this. Right, so yeah, so either way, it's small enough. I don't know about in here. Oh yeah, yep, fits in all three of them. So yeah, so there you go. I can use that. So they are kind of going to be together, but it's still, I like the even number of 10. So I'm going to say that this is the everyday carry, this little notebook from Hobonichi. So there you have it, guys. There's all 10 things that I use, and I think that ideally a lot of us get a little frustrated because we kind of planner hop, we journal hop, and um, I think that when I did this, when I figured out the 10 things that I needed, then it made it so much easier because I can just go through and see what worked best for each of them. Some of them I was well on my way and settled, which is the TN for my personal, totally settled and happy with. The half letter, totally settled and happy with. It took me a minute. I went different places when I first started out, but the TN was one of the first things I started with, and the half letter too. And so I found myself coming back to those, and then my prayer journal, something that evolved over time, but just really identifying the areas that you need. And even if you just use one book, what are the things, what are the, how are you going to section it? How you going to, if you write it on a one page, everything, I've seen people do that, right? Like maybe they do it 2 pages for the day and they write maybe a verse of the day that they read. They do a little journaling. They have a timeline. They have a to-do list. They have everything all for the day. But you still are identifying the things that you need to include. So I think if you identify the things that you need to include in your planning and your journaling first, then you can decide whether you're going to have them all together, whether you're going to have a separate thing for each one, whether you're going to have a few things in one and a few things in the other. But mostly that is I think the key part is figuring out the things that you need. And you may go back and forth in some areas like I did with this, with the spending tracker, finding just the right thing. But I think that at least you just won't be all over the place about what you're doing, because you'll know exactly what you need and you'll be looking or trying for things that work for what you need. So, um, yeah, I guess that's really all I have to ramble on about today. I am so glad if you stayed with me all the way to the end of this video. If you did, drop me a heart. I'm copying off of you, Tina. Drop me a red heart in the comment section, or tell me about what you're using or what areas that you like to have a planner or journal for. And I hope that something that I said today or showed you today gave you some inspiration. And I just hope that you realize and know that writing it down, that's really helping us out. That's what the therapy of planning is all about. I hope you're doing well. Take it easy, and I'll see you next video. Bye, tribe. Oh, wait a minute. See, I'm still not that good at this. I still just love sharing with you. But if you enjoy hearing what I have to share, then don't forget, hit the subscribe button and come on this journey with me for the elusive planner piece. Because as you see, we keep tweaking certain things. But I just want to at least be at the place where I know what I need and I'm covering those needs, even if I do have to make a little bit of a tweak. I am not just, I'm out of the rabbit hole. I'm not just out there trying everything just to try the different things. I am just making sure to find something that works for the things that I needed to cover. So, with that being said, I will really say goodbye this time, and I hope that all is going well with you and that I see you next video. Bye, guys.